Hey everyone, thank you for joining me again, where I'll be taking you on that journey with me, where I will share tips and strategies of this amazing traffic secret book written by Russell Branson, the co-founder of ClickFunnels, one of the most widely used software in the marketing arena, used by entrepreneurs to grow and scale their business on a daily basis. My name is Dwayne Swaby from DLTS Enterprise, and with that said, let's get right into secret number 4. So the big question on your mind is, what is secret number 4? Well, secret number 4, since you have actually, you know where your audience is being congregated, you know who is congregating your audience. So now you had already worked on your Dream 100. So your Dream 100 basically is one who have all your customers congregated in one area. So all you gotta do now is start working your way in. And what this means is you're gonna work your way in by start building relationships before you even need that relationship. So pretty much it's almost like you're gonna be dating your as according to Russell, date your Dream 100. So technically you're gonna start working your way in by interacting with everything that they're doing on these social platforms, whether it be on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, you name it. You're gonna, and most of these people on the Dream 100 are gonna have like podcasts, because you're looking your Dream 100 should be people who you're looking up to, people who you want to be like, people you want to get your message across to, so they can actually bring it across to their audience, and that's what you really want to do. So what you're gonna do is, take for example, Russell is one of my Dream 100. I'm gonna start working my way into Russell by basically listening to everything he's doing, watch everything he posts, watch how we do things, how start resonates with everything he's actually doing on these platforms. And what I'll do is I'll start mimic what he's doing, not copying, but start modeling what he's doing on a daily basis. And that's my way of working my way into him. And technically I'm gonna start looking for ways I could maybe serve him, so he can actually serve me in the end. So basically I got to provide a service to him, so he can actually provide service for me in the long run. So for me, it's not to really work my way in to start promoting stuff to my Dream 100. It's my way to get in front of him, so I can actually get in front of his his Dream 100 as well. So that's my way of working my way in. So I'm gonna keep on checking out what he's doing. I mean, interacting with it and interacting with this kind, so I can actually know what his Dream 100 would want to see. So when I present something to him, he will be able to present it to his Dream 100, because it's exactly the kind of content that his Dream 100 is looking for, and nothing different. Because there are certain style and a certain a certain demeanor, or the way you present stuff, according you gotta be in line with your Dream 100 content. And once you keep it in line with his content, pretty much he'll see the value in the content you're providing for his Dream 100, and he knows presented you providing that information for him to present to his audience is your way of getting his audience to see you and to notice you. But the thing about it is also you providing that service for him. His content that he doesn't produce, that he don't have to produce, is content that he had in mind but is not he's doing per se. And that's what he's looking for. He's looking for content to present to his, because you don't want to be providing content for your customers or your audience every day. You want to be able to leverage other people's content. And if you can do that for your Dream 100, for one of your Dream 100 person to get in front of his Dream 100, then pretty much you're doing him a real good service, and you providing that kind of value to him. Pretty much he'll see the value in you, and then in the long run you could basically interact with him, reach out to him, and get it, and say to him, listen, could you kindly put these this in front of your audience to see what's a reaction to it. And then in that sense you could get a lot of traction from that. So that's you working your way in to your Dream 100 and get in front of his Dream 100, and then in return could actually get you noticed and becoming a person of value to his audience as well, and also in return capture a couple of his audience, so you can actually make his audience your audience. And that's how your way of working your way in. So you gotta keep building and building your Dream 100, and keep working on it on a daily basis, and craft a message to fit your Dream 100 audience. And that's what you want to do. In that sense, you're being proactive. before you really need the help. You're providing help before you need it. Before you ask for help, you gotta provide it, and that's what you're doing for your Dream 100. In that sense, as Russell typically say, dig your well before you're thirsty. So you're providing, basically a fresh well of water before you start drink, before you really need to be drinking it. So you gotta prepare for the job, and that's what you're gonna be basically doing. So you're gonna subscribe to everything. Everything your Dream 100 is is a part of. You're gonna subscribe to the newsletter. You're gonna subscribe to the podcast. You're gonna read and listen. Everything. The stories. They read the blogs. Check everything out. I mean, it does take time to do all of this, and it will take a lot of time to actually get when people might get scared when you say subscribe to everything, and you don't want to subscribe to a lot of stuff. But what you got to do is basically create that a filtered list within your email or a new email address, so you can actually get everything they send out or everything they post. You can be notified every time they send something out. Just interact with over time they will start seeing your face, and they'll be saying to themselves, I keep seeing this person around. I mean, I know this guy, that kind of stuff. I know this girl. I mean, that kind of thing. And once they become familiar with you, they know that you can actually reach out to them via message, and then they might just say, give you a few minutes of the time to actually ask them questions and talk about them. And what you're going to do, you're not going to just talk about yourself. You're going to basically talk about them, because most people tend to they get uncomfortable if you talk to them. You may talk to them face to face, but if you talk to them via emails and say, I love what you're doing, I continue to do what you're doing, I really most of what you're doing resonates with me, and I just continue putting out good content, and I love it, and I will continue engaging with you, kind of stuff. People like that kind of stuff, but they might get uncomfortable if you talk to them face to face by a phone or whatnot, or see them face to face, that kind of stuff. But some people don't like attention, so you got to be careful how you reach out to your Dream 100. But you got to, as I said before, you got to be proactive. You got to start building relationships, and then you will find that you will get that window when it's time for you to actually reach out to them and ask for something, and that's what you want to do. And that'll be crafting your message and working your way in. The second part to secret number 4 is actually buying your way in, and this is something you want to do. After you understand, how traffic works, you want to make sure you have it all. You get a full understanding as to how to buy your way in, because buying your way in, if you go in there not knowing what to expect or not knowing what to do, you have to make sure you have a proven system that is actually working by you working your way in. You use that same system to start buying your way in, because you got to make sure if it's a funnel or is a sales letter, you got to make sure this thing converts. You got to make sure it works, even at least breaking even before you actually start spending money on it, because you might waste good money testing something. You don't want to waste money testing something. You want to spend money on something that is proven and is already working for you, and that's what you want to do. So buying your way in is basically buying ads, and that's buying your way in right there. So you want to make sure that this thing work, and that's exactly what you want to do. You want to basically craft that headline, that make sure you test different headlines, you test different different pages to make sure they work. Do split testing if you have to, just to make sure you don't spend money on stuff that doesn't work. And this could actually get you have your business going downhill within no time. And this is actually your way of getting your message across to your audience, by actually breaking even on anything you're gonna be So by using these different platforms to actually social platforms to actually buy your way in, you don't want to be a consumer of these platforms. You want to be a producer. So what you want to do, you want to go in and check out what your Dream 100 is doing, and also you're hacking them pretty much. So you're getting information as to how to create content, and look at the content they're creating, so you can actually produce content and put it out there. So you're actually spending less time consuming it, and producing value to your audience. And that's exactly what it is. So in this sense, you're funnel hacking your Dream 100, and that's you funnel hacking them to get an insight as to what they're doing and what is working, and actually model everything they're doing, not copying but modeling what they're doing, creating your own stuff, but just getting ideas and and crafting that message that is working for them, and also make that work for you as well. You want to also look at the content, and actually check out the content and review the content, and tag them in the review, telling people you're going to provide content, telling people about your Dream 100. Buy some of the stuff they're selling as well. Review them, consume them, and then review them, and then also put content out there telling other people about the book they're selling, this course they have, that people need to go check out. And you want to tag them in this post as well, so they can actually see that you're providing that value for them. All right. And you want to make sure you look at the hook and the story that they're actually producing, that is actually working for them. Check out those things, the hook, the story, and the offer. So most of the time when you consume you consume the stuff, you'll see the stuff they're putting out, the headlines, the offer that they have. Especially if you're buying it, you buy something that they're actually selling, you can actually get as to how the sales process work, so you can actually mimic that process for yourself as well when that time comes. And that's exactly what you want to do. You want to make sure you funnel hack them. Don't be afraid of funnel hack them, because this is what ClickFunnels is all about. This is what Russell says. Funnel hack them. Don't be afraid to funnel hack them, because this is your way of working your way in and getting to know them. That means when that time to spark that conversation, you know what kind of conversation they will be comfortable having with you, because you get to know them. You have done your research, you have done your homework. You just don't reach out to them because you're trying to get something from them. Get to know them. When that means when that time comes, don't pretend to be anybody, but and in this case, you don't want to have when you're reaching out to them, you don't want to have an email that is actually sent to a million different influencers, or people from your Dream 100. You want to craft a special message to that individual to let them know that it means a lot to you doing this. There's a couple of phases that is within this, crafting that relationship within your Dream 100. The first day you start following them around, and then you second you wanna reach out to them via email, and you have to understand that there are certain things they're gonna be repelled by, because if you're copy and pasting a message to a million different influencers, or people from the Dream 100, this will be noticed, and they will know these things, because they are in this kind of business where they understand all these things, whether a message is crafted individually for them or it's actually a general message, and they will be repelled by that kind of message, and then you won't be able to reach out to them, and because you don't take them seriously. So you got to craft a special message, a personal message for that individual, and that's exactly what you want to do. To be real and true to your Dream 100. You don't want to pretend. You want to be you. You want to be around them. You just want to go see the post and you're gonna like everything. You gotta read, listen. Read the blogs, listen to the podcast. Check out the messages that they're posting. And if it resonates with you, you actually comment on it, share it, and they will notice these things, and you become noticeable to them, because you might think that these comments and stuff, and this is what Russell tells you. He reads every comment on his post. You check them out. They all do it, because that's one of the reasons they are successful, and one of the reasons why you're targeting them as your Dream 100, because they have millions of followers that you can actually siphon a couple of these followers or from the audience and get some valuable customers from these. So you got to craft that relationship with them. And when a couple of them, you're not trying to take away the audience. What you basically, because you cannot take away the audience, because these people are people who they have crafted, they have built that tribe, that loyal followers, a group of loyal followers. That I mean that these people are loyal to these people, to these influencers. You're just trying to get your information in front of these people, so they can actually, so if they do resonate with your message, then they will feel free to come to you and get information from you as well, because you also provide like similar value as to the people they're following. You also want to make sure you check out who your Dream 100 is following as well. And if any of these any of the person they're following is in line with your goal, you can actually follow them as well and see what they are doing as well. All right, so in a nutshell, I mean, all it's saying is, you're gonna work, all Secret 4 is saying, you're gonna work your way in. Further down the road, you can actually buy your way in as well. And in essence, what this does is you're gonna have earned traffic, and you're gonna have traffic that you can control. And once you have traffic that you can control, if any of these platforms should actually go south, or anything should go south with these platforms pretty much, or they should maybe the Google algorithm or the Facebook algorithm should change. I mean, it doesn't affect your business, because you're gonna have a pool of traffic that you can actually control. And just by sending an email out there, you can actually, because you actually you have that tribe, that group of loyal followers, they will be happy to buy whatever it is that you're selling, because you have been a really good tribe leader to them. And once you nurture your community and you continue providing value for them, they will continue to follow you for life. And you also get customers for life, and that's what it does. So you having traffic that you can you have traffic that you can control is the ultimate goal here. And this is all traffic Secret 4 is saying to you. So once this message resonates with you, and feel free to take a look in the description. You're gonna have there's a link in the description to pick up the book. I mean, it's a really awesome book, and if you want to really grow your business, have a solid foundation set for your business, where you're not dependent on no platform, where you basically have your own well of water to drink out of when that time comes. So you want to be very proactive as to what you're doing in your business, and what kind of foundation you're setting up, because you want to make sure that you don't have to worry about anything like Google, Facebook, shutting down on you, or closing your ads account or whatever. You just you have that sense of control over your business. So again, my name is Dwayne Swaby. Thank you for watching. This is secret number 4 within a 30-part series of the Traffic Secret book written by Russell Branson. Please check it out. You might just find that this is all you need to grow your business into the empire you always wanted to.